guys, let me just close this. It's Maya, welcome back to my channel. I'm starting this video kind of late right now. It's 9:17 p.m. but I was just now cleaning up some of my books because I filmed a YouTube short earlier with them. And I just got an urge to get rid of some of the books because there are a few on here that's either disliked and it's wasting bookshelf space, or I don't plan on reading it, so I would rather get rid of it. And some of them even make me a little bit uncomfortable on my shelf. Like, it's just a little tension in the back of my mind that I want to get rid of these books, and it was something that I wanted to do for a long time, but I was always putting it off because I wanted to film a book unhaul video. But now I don't really want to film it. I'll just include it in this video, getting rid of a few books and also reorganizing my bookshelf, and also an updated bookshelf tour. And there's also a few on my other bookshelf that I want to get rid of too. My window's also open right now. I don't know if you can hear the crickets. Anyways, you guys are currently plugged. You're charging. Can you feel it? Let's start the mini book unhaul. The first book I'm getting rid of is House of Hollow. I did not read this and I don't plan on it because it just seems kind of creepy and freaky, and this hypnosis makes me uncomfortable. I don't really know why I got this. I thought it would be fun for spooky season, but who am I kidding? I do not like books like this. I'll also be getting rid of We Were Liars. I did read this and I did not like it. It's just kind of like weird vibes. Oh yes, we just have to get rid of this one. Weird vibe. Overall, did not enjoy. Luckily, my bookshelf won't be empty after this because I've been formulating a little pile of books up here. So yeah, we're gonna make some space for them on my bookshelf. And there's more on this chair that I'm using to prop up my phone. Now moving on from that shelf to this shelf, my middle grade shelf. I've been wanting to get rid of this whole series for a little while now. It's like a little bit creepier and kind of like baddish vibes, I think. I just don't want this in my room, you know? So yeah. Here is the stack we have acquired. So I split into two parts, and I'm actually gonna keep these for now. I might eventually get rid of them, but not for now. I also have some books downstairs that I actually got rid of months ago, if not over a year, but we actually didn't physically drive out and donate them yet. They've just kind of been sitting downstairs in the office. Are you holding it tight?
Yeah.
Bag them up. I'm not throwing them out, by the way. I'm donating them. Okay, we got some empty space. Actually, like, this is like the only empty space, and then over here and over here. This is like some author's notes or signed stuff for pre-ordering things, and an extra bookmark. Doesn't look that good. Actually, looking back at it now, it wasn't that bad, but it was also not it. Guys, I don't know. That looks so weird, right? Or am I just used to the old setup? But this just looks so weird. It's like annoying my eyes to see this on my bookshelf. Ow. Hey guys, so I think I have figured it out. I have the solution. This is another one of these wall shelves that I never ended up using, and I think this will be perfect to put my books on it, have more space like this. I already tested it out and it looked really good, so I'm gonna do it right here. Ta-da! And now these, you can still see them while we also get to display these in front. I feel like this is such a space saver. And I think I saw this somewhere online before, like doing these little shelves at the back of your bookshelf so that you can like have double the amount of storage, or almost double. And now I've got to figure out what I want to do. This part, I thought maybe I could do another shelf situation over here. Little raised platform, but I didn't really know what to use for it because that was the only suitable thing I had. Anyways, I have brainstormed and I have figured it out. I cut this box earlier today, rolled the footage. I have box and I have a vision. And it fits perfectly in here. I think I could have come up with a better solution. And now I can put some more books like that. But I'm thinking, should I use this here or should I put it up here? Because this shelf is like contemporary and romances while the rest of the shelf is fantasy. And I'm running out of space over here too. We'll do both and see which looks better. First, let's do the top. There's this little annoying gap where you can see the box. Ugh. I do not like that. I do not like that either. Help. Food break. I have some chia pudding with strawberries inside. I made this a few minutes ago. I just remembered a TikTok I saw of a girl. She found out chia seeds are good for you, so then she filmed herself making some chia pudding, except she didn't know how to make it, and she just ended up eating hard chia seeds and was confused why everyone liked it. And I felt bad for her because she was so clueless. But yeah, you're supposed to wait for them to expand, otherwise they're gonna expand in your stomach, which isn't not gonna feel good. And I actually decided to keep the top shelf how it was. It didn't look good any other way, okay? But I did get rid of a couple more books while I was reorganizing. I was about to start working on that, and then look what I found. Bruh. Literally like the same link. So maybe I'll use it in the future for something else. And it is finished! I love how it turned out. So I think it's time for the bookshelf tour, the part you have been waiting for. And I also changed because I was wearing the clothes that I was wearing to bed. So yeah. Here it is. You guys have been requesting this for so long, and the reason I call this my young adult bookshelf is because the majority of books on it are young adult or for teens, and then I have a middle grade bookshelf with middle grade and children's books over there. But nowadays I'm usually using this one and adding new books to this one because it's more of my reading level. But I have recently started adding a few adult books here. Let's start from the top and make our way down. First thing, on top of my bookshelf, I have this box, which is a book subscription box I got a long time ago, some earmuffs, a figurine of my favorite Minecraft YouTuber, and this beautiful plant. I grew this from a cutting. And moving on to the first shelf. This top shelf is my contemporary romance section, basically books about real life and not fantasy. They're kind of organized in a rainbow order, which I really like. First we have Love and Gelato and Love and Luck. I don't have the third book in the series. Then we have one of my favorite contemporary books, again but better, Oh My Gods, A Cuban Girl's Guide to Tea and Tomorrow, Kisses and Croissants, Sun-Kissed, The Summer of Broken Rules. Oh, I really loved Sun-Kissed. It was really good. I read it this summer. You Have a Match, The Henna Wars, Honey and Isha's Guide to Fake Dating, Anna and the French Kiss, Lola and the Boy Next Door, Isla and the Happily Ever After. I did not finish this. It was really, really bad that I considered even getting rid of it in this video. But then my series wouldn't be complete. Since You've Been Gone, this is a good summer one about bucket lists, and it has lots of funny moments. Not Here to Be Liked, Today, Tonight, Tomorrow, Better Than the Movies, Instant Karma by Marissa Mayer, Tweet Cutes, K-Pop Confidential, and K-Pop Revolution. Let me move these so you can see better. This is such a good series. Literally so addicting, and I wish there was more. Then we have another series about K-pop. It's XOXO and ASAP. I read this recently and it was good. And top over here we have Tokyo Ever After and Tokyo Dreaming. Also such a good addicting series. And I often want to read something like this, but I can't really find anything. So if you have any recommendations for something like that, something kind of like a regular girl becomes a princess, let me know. Rebel with the Donuts. And on top over here we have Valley Verified. This is an adult book and it is so good. And I Kissed Cheryl Wheeler. Then down here, let's put this back, we have Anne Leanne's books. This Time It's Real and I Hope This Doesn't Find You. Both of these are pretty good and I really want to read more of her books. I think the next one I want to add to my collection of her, If We Could See the Sun. I'm really curious about that one and her books are just so fun. I think I'm gonna ask for the holidays this year. And over here we have my two Jane Austens. Pride and Prejudice, I read this first and then I read Sense and Sensibility. Oh, I'm still reading this by the way. There's my bookmark progress. We have this Harry Potter Patronus Funko Pop, and over here I have this little Guess Who card set with animated fictional characters. Moving on to shelf number 2. This is where the fantasy starts and continues pretty much all the way down. Most of the books from here on are fantasy. Surprise, surprise. And I feel like you can also tell just by looking at these dark covers and then at these light rainbow colors, the difference in genres. Anyways, first we have the Throne of Glass series, very good series. Over here we have the Summer I Turned Pretty series, which should be up here, but there's not enough space. Oh well. Then we have the Kiss of Deception. I only read the first book so far, and it was alright. I still want to finish the series though. Then we have All the Stars and Teeth, also meh. Then we have Shatter Me, Shadow of Bone, have not read this yet either. The Song of Achilles, I did not like it. Splinter, have not read. Behind here we have Cinderella is Dead, I didn't really like it, and Ace of Spades, have not read. And this is a nice little fake succulent pot, very nice. And this Totoro Adela made for me for my 16th birthday, I think, or was it 17th? I forgot, but he's so cute. And Adela also made me this flower bookmark, but I just keep it up here instead of using it. And over here we have this paper origami crane that I made. Shelf number 3. This is one of the shelves we reorganized today. The only one I reorganized, I think. I did do a little bit of reorganization on here, but this is basically the only one we fully reorganized. So up here we have the Air Awakens series. I only have 3 books so far, and the first one I really liked it. Second one, it was alright. And the third one I have not read yet, and I have not read the rest of the series yet either. Then we have the Red Queen series. Red Queen was alright. Glass Sword, what the heck, horrible. And I used to have the third book, King's Cage, but I did not read that for so long that I ended up actually getting rid of it a while ago because I did not plan on reading it. Then over here we have the Rebel of the Sands trilogy. I've only read 2 of the books so far, but it is such a good series, so freaking underrated. Then we have Star Daughter. I have not read this yet. Of course, the beautiful, the one and only Cruel Prince series, Folk of the Air. Love, love, love so much. King of Elfheim 2, which is short stories, and The Stolen Heir sucked. I do not think I'll be buying The Prisoner's Throne, which is the second book of that. Then we have the Caraval series. I only have the first 2 so far, and I only read the first, but I got this recently, and I do plan on reading it soon. And I'm excited to, because I want more of Scarlet and Julian. Then we have Twin Crowns, good YA fantasy. And these Hall of Vows, it's like too predictable, too much tropes, in my opinion. A Deadly Education. I was actually considering getting rid of this today, if you remember. The Nature of Witches, also was considering getting rid of it, and so was these 5 books, not the best. Down here we have Defy the Night. It was okay. I'm not a big fan. The Stardust Grail, I have not read this yet. And An Ember in the Ashes, I have not read this yet, but I heard that it's very good and I'm very excited to. Over here we have this little book page holder. This is a quote from some kind of book, but I forgot which one, and it actually came with the Owl Crate subscription, but I never use it because it's not that comfortable for me to use it. 4th shelf, and we're sitting on the ground now. I really like how this shelf looks. First, we have this Marissa Mayer collection with the Lunar Chronicles, which is so amazing, and Heartless, oh my gosh, don't even get me started, as well as the Renegade series and Gilded Duology. I have not read the second book yet though, and the reason that Instant Karma by Marissa Mayer is not over here is because it's not a fantasy. This is my fantasy area, so only fantasy books allowed. Oh, and over here we have this bookmark. My aunt got this for me from Etsy, I'm pretty sure, and it's a Lunar Chronicles bookmark with little charms and things inspired by the series. So cute. I used this bookmark the whole time while reading the series. We have A Rush of Wings. It was alright. And You've Reached Sam, which is a sad book, and that is the reason I have not read it. So I probably shouldn't have bought it because I don't like sad books. Over here, this is another part that I reorganized. I really like how it turned out. The Hunger Games series is now finally on the shelf instead of sitting over there. So first we have The Witch Haven. I think it was pretty good. Then we have the Hunger Games series. I really liked the first one, and the second one was good, and the last one absolutely sucked. I do not recommend. I honestly think the series would have been better left off with just the first 2 books. Here we have the Inheritance Games series 1, 2, 3. I've only read the first Inheritance game so far. Even my mom has read the whole entire series, and I think my sister read the whole series. I'm not sure if she did. On display we have this Spell Shop, which is so beautiful. Look at that cover. It's also such a good book. And it's also probably one of my favorite reads of this year. It's so cozy and so fun. And it has a bookmark in it right now because my sister Adela is actually reading it right now too. Please excuse the mess over there on my dresser. A pile of clothes has kind of accumulated there. We're just gonna ignore that for now. And as I was saying, my sister is currently reading this book and she's also loving it so much. She's trying to finish it as slowly as she can. She doesn't want it to end, and I totally understand that feeling. Thankfully, the author is coming out with somewhat of a book too. It follows a different character though. Behind this candle, we have the Undercover Princess series. This is such a fun one about a cozy boarding school and mysteries. Oh my gosh. I read 4 of them and my sister read all of them. We have this candle, Heritage Pumpkin, which is one of my favorite scents, and this bookmark and a pumpkin. And now for the last shelf. These 2 shelves, the bottom 2 are so big, by the way. Like, look at that length. I can literally stack these books on top of each other and there's plenty of space for them all, as well as over here. And then the top ones are like the skinnier shelves. First, we have this book, which I have not read. It's one of my mom's books. I tried to read it a long time ago and then I just left it in my room. Then we have the Heroes of Olympus box set. I've not read this yet. Then we have Percy Jackson, such a good series. I loved it. My sister loved it. My brother loved it. And over here, we have The Night Circus. It's an adult fantasy. We have Subversion, which is a dystopian by a small author, but I've not read it yet. The Darkest Minds, which is also a dystopian, and it's pretty good. Then Touch, which is a fantasy book by a small author. I've not read this either. And then we have some Christmas books, Dash and Lily's Book of Dares, and this Dash of Lily series. I literally love so much. It's like perfect for Christmas, the holiday season, and I already reread Dash and Lily's Book of Dares, I think 1 or 2 times, and I'm really considering rereading it again this year, or I might reread the next book in the series and the one after that. Then we have the Holiday Switch, which is another Christmas book. It was pretty good, but nothing special. Not as good as Dash and Lily's. And then we have A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, which it was alright, but I wasn't really impressed. And I know that opinion surprises a lot of people. It's also nothing special in my opinion, and again, my opinion. So then we have Daughter of the Pirate King, which I think is overrated. Down here we have a flashlight. I think there was a power outage and then I brought this in my room and I've just kept it here ever since. Behind that we have my Kindle. That's the blue Kindle case. Then we have Dance of Thieves. Have not read this yet because, as I was saying earlier, I want to finish reading this series first. Then we have Vampire Academy, which I really want to read soon because right now it's kind of like autumn, winter, you know, and I feel like that's a perfect time to read vampire books. Then we also have Twilight, really a hit or miss. For me, it was a hit, and I love this vampire series. Then we have this mystery duology, one of slang, and this one. This one was pretty good, and I have not read this one yet. Then over here, let me quickly move these. We have the Mortal Instruments series. I have not read this yet. I've had this for so long, and I really should read it soon. I really want to. And then these books are some that I'm currently reading or didn't finish, and most of them are nonfiction. So we have this one, which is basically about the woman body and periods. Then we have these nonfictions, which I'm still currently reading. Like, I like to read them not all at once, but a bit at a time, like between books, as a palate cleanser maybe, or if I get really into the mood for one of them, then I'll read more. Reef Life is pretty good. It's basically a memoir about the author, Callum Roberts, and how he became a marine biologist, his adventures and journeys and experiences. It's really fun to read about. And the last book is Rebecca of Sunnybrook Farm. My mom got this a long time ago for us to read, but I never actually finished it, and in the beginning of this year I started it, but have not finished it yet again. And over here we have a lighter so that I can light like that candle. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is my bookshelf tour updated edition. I hope you guys are happy because you've been asking for this for super long and I have finally delivered. So yeah, thanks for watching, subscribe. My social medias will be linked down below, as well as my Goodreads. And question of the day, which genre do you own the most? Like, from all the books that you own, which genre do you have the most of? For me, that is obviously fantasy, as you saw, but I'm curious about you guys. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye! And happy holidays!